beekeeping answers for my friend that is imminently beginning beekeeping, as well as yours if you leave them in the comment section down below. The question today is, if I'm allergic to bees, how do I keep from being stung? And this goes for people who aren't beekeeping. So I can see there being a fair amount of crossover here. So the first thing is, if you see a bee out on the flowers and stuff like that, unless it's an Africanized honeybee, which is probably not it, it is not going to bother you at all. It is busy doing stuff. So the easiest way to not get stung if you are not beekeeping and just a regular old person out there is not to mess with it. So leave it alone. It won't bother you. And even if you do mess with it, most of the time, they're not going to really mess with you. I've literally walked up to bees on flowers and picked them up. That's a perilous proposition if you are allergic to honeybees. And you may be allergic to other stinging insects and not honeybees. So my wife is allergic, and she's a beekeeper, and she does just fine. I am the other way. I'm generally immune to bee venom. So it depends on your environmental exposure to it and how your system reacts to it. If you do get stung, I do suggest that you have Benadryl and an EpiPen kind of on hand in case you have a reaction, right? Even though I'm immune to bee venom, I still keep those things because you never know when that could completely shift. So how to avoid being stung as a beekeeper is generally to go slow, not smash bees, smoke them a whole lot. Using the smoker a lot messes up their signaling, so that can keep you from getting stung. The other thing that I suggest is appropriate PPE. Some people, when they start out, they want to get the veil and go cheap. I suggest at least a jacket. And I did it that way up until this year. And the jacket is from the waist up. And that does a pretty good job, but it still leaves your legs somewhat vulnerable if you're not wearing multiple layers. This is summertime hobby, so typically you are not wearing multiple layers on your bottom half. So that will leave you open to getting stung. If you are allergic, I do highly suggest that you get a full bee suit, and you should get the ventilated bee suit. It's going to be expensive, but I highly suggest that you get a full ventilated bee suit. And this is controversial, but I have not had good luck with the full wraparound veil. I get stung on the back of my neck, and most recently I got stung on the nose because the wind blew the wrong way and the veil kind of crushed in and they were able to reach my nose. I prefer the fencing hood variation. Now, it doesn't require you to wear a hat underneath, and that hat basically keeps the veil away from your face. I recommend that setup over the whole wraparound. Even though your peripheral vision is considerably better in that one, I've not had good luck with it, and I have had to transition to wearing a hat underneath that as well, and a do-rag to protect my neck. Your mileage may vary, but I do highly suggest a full bee suit if you are allergic, because if you're wearing the hood, like just the jacket or just the veil, you are going to get stung. So if you are allergic, you should absolutely wear full PPE. Now, as far as the gloves are concerned, I have a set of Man Lake ones that I don't really like very much. So you don't need super expensive bee gloves. They should be made out of leather. But a thing that you can do to enhance the protective factor of any glove is to wear a set of nitrile gloves underneath of it. I have a friend that does that, and she really likes it. I get super sweaty that way, so I just wear a thicker leather glove. But understand that at any transition point between the leather of the glove and any other material is a weak point. They can reach you there. So just protect those seams on those gloves and on your suit, and you'll probably be okay. And also, like I said earlier, when it comes to understanding the limitation of your equipment, tight spots on, regardless of the type of suit that you have, tight spots on your suit are vulnerabilities. So if you're kneeling down, understand that right there at the junction of the ground and your knee is going to be a tight spot. They're going to be able to reach you there. If you're bending down the wrong way, tight spots when you bend down, they can get you there. And like I mentioned earlier, if you've got a loose veil, the wind blows the wrong way, then it can touch you on the nose, and my nose is itching just thinking about it. They can get you. So just understand the limitations of your equipment.